Hail and welcome, Black Hatters. So you want to know how to protect your house. So what we have to start with is what deity are we going to use. So let's just say, for example, that we are going to use the Fae. And we've already referenced a book, and this is by DJ Conway, Celtic Magic. There's a plethora of free material on the internet and free downloadable like PDF style books that you can just download and print out, or just print out the spell that you need. So there is more than one protection or Fae god or goddess. This is just a trinket. No, this is like a wood sprite statue, right? So I do have other fairy statues, but just for the sake of simplicity, that's the style we're going for you to be able to plug it in any style that you so choose. I have this little wood sprite thing I got from a thrift store. It's not a specific deity in question. All right, but this book denotes protection as gods Merlin, Taliesin, the Dagda, Seculus, Bamba, Maka, Skathach, and Druantia. And these are a lot of there's a lot of terminology, right? But by now you've already done your research. You know what god or goddess you want to use, what pantheon you want to use, right? But this is just something really quick to plug in. So we've read this book, we've read a few, we have a few source materials, and now we know what we would like to do. So referencing this book as an example, we're now going to go in with our intention. I have a piece of parchment paper that I would recommend. It's just an old Chinese food delivery bag, and lined paper. Any paper is fine. I want you to be comfortable with whatever. But since we want to protect our home, what we want to do is name the persons in our home who we want protected, and their birth dates, if we know them, or the day they came into our home, or the day that they moved in, or any sort of number that we know about them, right? So we're going to put myself, put your full name, okay, that's myself, and then I'll put cat, name, the day I adopted them or their birthday, and girlfriend, name, anyone living in the home, and their birth date. Okay, so it should look something like that. Okay, so we have the first, last name, their birth date. This is just an example. Okay, and then what we want to do is say on the back, petition for protection, right? And this is going to be something more elaborate when you go ahead and do it. It's, I petition thee ×3 for the protection of all of thee in the house, right? It'll be something to that effect. Doesn't have to rhyme. But your intention will go on the back of this form. And then fairies, by now you've done your research, fairies are very attracted to the number 5. So we're going to go ahead and fold this parchment 5 times. And we want this to come to us. You can forward it towards you. It doesn't, 3, it doesn't necessarily matter. Okay. Okay, 5. Perfect. Now that we have this, we can go ahead and place that on here. And now we can glue this down with some wax if you prefer, or just leave it as is. But I'm going to show you another method. So we're going to put this to the side for now, because we already have our intention written down, so we're already focusing. And now what we're doing is we're grabbing a candle, excuse me. Okay, I have a little tea candle here, again, for the sake of simplicity and making it easy for everybody. We are going to light the candle, but first, we are going to dress it, okay? And I have a little bit of oil here, and you can buy a blessed jarred oil, you can buy coconut oil from the Dollar Tree, it doesn't matter, okay? And then tea candles, they pop right out, usually. Usually, okay, this one isn't, but you know what I mean. And we're going to dress the metal as well. And if your hands aren't messy, you're not doing it right. Okay, so there's our candle, oiled. Then what we're going to do is take our herbs. Choose whatever herbs you so please, right? But for the sake of protection, let's choose some sage. This is powdered sage that I have on hand. Oh, that was dusty. Okay. And we're going to spread it around times 3 for the protection of all in thine home. Protection of 3, protection of 3, protection of 3. Okay. Now that we have one herb on here, we're going to put our intention over it with both hands. Okay. So, that's the first. Make sure you keep this on hand because we're going to use it again. Okay? Now, from this point, what you can do is add more herbs. You can make this as fancy dressed up as you want. You can put the tea light candle in a candle holder like this. You don't have to, but for the sake of simplicity. So now we're actually going to light our candle. Bearing that intention in mind for the protection of all in the home, all the people named on the list. Beautiful. And I have my salt cup over there. Okay. Okay, so this spell is for the protection of the people in the home, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to put this parchment underneath this candle, if it'll sit or not, right? But the point is, this parchment was dedicated to this candle, to protecting the people inside the home, right? What I'm probably going to end up doing is, you know what I'll do? I'll use this bowl and I'll sprinkle some sage in here. This is just like a tea reading cup, but it is ceramic and heat proof. That's very important. Okay, so make sure it's microwave safe at least. Okay. Put my intention in there. Put my petition in there for the people and pets, and voila. So that will burn. And what we'll do is we'll go over it one more time with our intention. Okay. Set to the side. Now, for your people, okay? Then what you're going to do next is for your actual home. So, you're going to write your address. 123 Main Street. And you can put city, state. If you have any significant landmarks like a grocery store that you spend a lot of time at, the local park, the name of the park that you spend a lot of time at, at the intersection of, you know, it's your home. Be as descriptive as possible. If you want to claim blue door, black door, white door, that's fine. If it's upstairs, write it. Okay, so this is your home. This is going to be a completely different animal. Okay, so for the protection of the people was one thing, but now we're still working with the fairies, but now we want the fairies to know not only who they're protecting, but where they're supposed to be. And that is to just ensure that the karmic relationships on your people in your home do not come back on your house. It's what I recommend. So I have some old red lipstick, and fairies are very attracted to number 5 and to pentagrams, so that is what we will give them. So we want to bring this in. We want to bring in protection, so I'm going to do an inward pentacle. Okay? And that's when you start from the right, you go up to the left, and that's to bring something in. To banish something, you would start from the left, go to the right, and then continue with your pentacle that way. Okay? Lipstick's all put away. And now we can charge this paper. Alright. So, we have our intention of our home being protected. The people are already protected, right? And when that candle burns down, it'll be finished. And then we're going to fold this 5 times, right? And that's just because we know that fairies like the number 5. They just do. All right, so here we have a separate bowl because fire safety first. And we can put this in here. Now from here, you can do 2 things. You can burn another candle, or you can do what I'm going to do, and that's going to be burn some stuff. So we're going to burn in 3 parts, and I do this for all of my cleansings. We are going to burn first some sage, and we're going to do that here. Then we're going to burn an herb called Palo Santo, which has not to do with the fairies, but it is still powerful. Palo Santo is used a lot in Santeria and African traditions, but all magic started in Africa, so to me it doesn't matter. And then after that, we're going to finalize with incense. Okay, so we're going to go in with 3 different cleansings. With the sage to clear it out, with the Santo to lock it in, and then the incense to bring it in. And what you're going to find is that while you have your spiritual music going, and you're going to feel it, just kind of lift off. Okay, and I recommend you walk around your house. This is just for example purposes, right? You're going to walk around your house to every doorway and every window, and you're going to say the same chant that you drafted when you were praying over your people, right? But instead of persons, it's home. Household. Stay away from the word just house. That's fine, but remember, you want to protect your home. This is where you prepare your food. People trafficking in and out sometimes, visitors, you want to protect your home, your household. The physical house can be taken at any time. We all know that. Okay, and this is a fire-safe dish. So, for example, I would smudge my house and not put that out, but I would let it finish burning in this same bowl with the intended address at the bottom. Okay. Same thing with the Palo Santo. I would, after I've gone through my house, this is going to take you roughly 2 hours, no less. If it takes you less, then might be because you have a smaller space. But, from start to finish with the meditations that you have to do, and this is not started. With the meditations and the prep work and gathering the materials, I'd say 2 hours. But to each his own. You may do this every day for several days if you are feeling overly... Palo Santo does smell like rubber. I'm trying to get it to start. It does take a little bit. It's not going to start for me. Oh yeah, it started. Oh man. It smells like burning rubber. So I've gone through my house. I've said my intention over every doorway, every window, behind all the doors, everything. So we've cleared it out. We've locked it in. And now we're going to. I'm out of matches. Sorry. Light our incense to bring it in. Fairies, protect my home. Thank you for your blessing, etc. Right? If I give you the spell on camera, it's not your spell, it's my spell. So all you're doing is helping me, and that's why I'm not going to script it to you. And I want you all to know why I'm not scripting it. You can let this burn down here. I recommend lighting 5 incense because the fairies do like it. And by this, of course, you're going to have your windows open already because you know the sage. Pick 5 rooms. It doesn't matter. Maybe only 1 incense, whatever works for you. But the point is, you want to cleanse, lock it in, and then bring it in. Protection. All right, we're going to put that incense over there for fire safety. Okay, so now that our sage has ashed and our um, intention is all in this bowl because we've been carrying it around our home and just building it in the bowl. Now we're going to make our offering to the fairies. So we have some quartz here. We do not have to put this in the bowl if you're going to be reusing it, but what you want to do is either put it in the bowl for now or just point it towards the bowl. Here. Yeah, and this is just a little quartz I got from like a little store. It's a couple bucks. Okay, and with the same sage that we had earlier, we're going to sprinkle 5 pinches onto our household. Okay. And I said my little prayer each of the 5 times. Now, depending on what all you're doing, you want to add an offering. Now, fairies like sweet cakes, they like honey, they like cream, they like little houses, and they like attention. So no matter what attention you're giving them, they're going to be happy with that. So I have a rock. It's a regular river rock. And put it in here, and this has already been cleansed and consecrated for magical purpose, that stone. Alright, so I have my now various herbs in here. I have a little bit of cat hair. I have maybe some of my own hair, maybe my spouse's hair, maybe no animal parts or hair at all, you know. But the point is, I have my address, my herbs, and my offering in here. Right? So now I'm going to take yet another candle. And we'll just keep using tea candles because they're readily available. Now, in this situation, we actually need the candle to pop out. Oh, geez. Maybe these are too well made or something. Okay. Oh, that was all I had to do. So I want my candle to be on top of my petition paper. I'll move that stone to the side. And I'm going to light my candle in there because I want it all to waxy melt on top of it. That's what I want. I want it to get all waxy and melty and crazy looking. And I'm saying my intention, protect this home. Okay. And then you're gonna Alright, so the reason I did not dress this candle first is because I don't want the flame to, depending on what you have, I want you to know it's okay not to always dress your candle, right? The point is that I paid it attention. But here, sometimes if you put oil and herb, it'll catch fire. But if you don't put oil and herb, what's in the bowl is going to catch fire. And that's totally fine. I want you to know that there's options. But from here, I'll show you some of what it looks like, right? Okay. And those two are burning. Now, I still have my stone pointed at it, at my home. In turn, you know, I could have another stone pointing at my people. I could make a crystal grid around these bowls if I wanted to, right? But I just want to keep it as simple as possible. Now, after this burns down, I'm going to bury this, along with the waste from this candle and this. I am going to bury them separately somewhere on the property or nearby. okay? This was just a charger, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and cleanse this after the spell is complete, and then put it back in its home. And from there, what you'll start to see and feel is a sense of alleviation, and you're still going to keep making your offerings to the Fae. You are going to be appreciative of what's going on for a number of days. And what I believe is that after you do the spell, you're going to have to forget about it. Forgetting about the spell is what makes it work. Because otherwise you're going to be looking for signs that it's working, and you're paying it too much attention. And I know that seems counterintuitive, but that's what we got. So with that, I would just want you to remember the 3 steps of saging and cleansing a physical space, but also to know that keep your people and residents and the residents separate, right? And in that way, any sort of karmic downfalls that your significant others or children or whoever might have, roommates, don't interfere with this, right? And it's a little bit of separation. Now, once you're sure everything is squared away, do it again. Maybe do it again in a month or so, right? Whatever moon cycle you feel. And then put everybody's name on the list of, the names, the birth dates, and the address, all on one sheet. And then do it again. But this is a way to just show you that there's different ways of doing things, and not everybody's way is the one way. But I hope that you all thoroughly enjoyed this video. I am hoping to make more videos like this, but like I said, Celtic Magic by DJ Conway is a great reference for just Celtic magic, just as a staple. I'll do another one, maybe with another pantheon, but this was just purely exemplary. I want to thank you all for watching. Be you and be great, and blessed be.